Hi, good morning, everyone. Thank you for having us. It's our second time here. A little personal introduction. My name is Ricardo Ribeiro. I'm the head of platform engineering at Linksmind. With me on stage is Daniel. He's the all-ops kind of guy, so that's how I like to call him. Everything related to ops, except click, you can talk to Daniel. He's our expert on the area. Today we're here to show you how to extend Checkmk automation capabilities using n8n and how customers are using it in a real operational scenarios. We will be focusing on a practical problem. Monitoring tells you what's happening, but we need to know what to do next. But before we begin, I have two questions for you. Who knows what's n8n? Hands up, please. Okay. So from all of you that raised the hand, how many of you knows what it stands for? Hands up again, who knows? Keep down, Gonçalo. So it stands for Nodemation, okay? It's pretty much like Kubernetes, K8s, so it's 8 in the middle. So, who are we, Linksmind? We are an IT consulting services company focused on these 6 areas of expertise: integration services, platform engineering, cloud services, SAP, digital experience, and AI engineering. We are located in 5 regions globally. Lisbon, it's our, of course, headquarters in Portugal. London, Dubai, Brazil, and most recently, Angola. We're not going to stop here. It's expected to have some news in the future, coming soon. And of course, we are a proud Gold Checkmk partner for 5 years now, something like that. So, monitoring knows Checkmk is reliable. All the information, you can rely on the information collected by Checkmk, agents, hosts, etc. But again, another question for you. Who here struggles to keep their automation alive on a daily basis? How do you keep all the pieces in sync, all the pieces together, like CMDBs, ITSMs, IPAMs, and so on? Without human inputs all the time, it's very hard, right? So I've already told you that Checkmk has the information we need. Host, services, labels, you all know the drill. But most of the organizations, the process still relies on manual decisions, disconnected scripts, fragmentation integrations, and somewhere in time, somebody decides what to do, what to run. I will be running my script, you will be running yours. I will create a ticket by hand or update another system by hand. That's the drill, we all know that. But what if operation ecosystems could keep things synchronized and act automatically? And that's exactly the problem that we try to solve with this node. So, first things first, what's n8n or Nodemation? For anyone unfamiliar with it, think it as an automation platform. It allows you to connect different systems together, build workflows visually, as a slide example there. So you just drag and drop actions between a canvas where you design your workflow. So instead of writing scripts every time you want to interact with one system or more, you design a workflow instead of writing a script, Bash, Python, whatever you want. So why? Why did we build this node? We found ourselves repeatedly building integrations around Checkmk. Checkmk API is awesome. We all know that, very well documented. But every workflow required API work, API knowledge. We need to understand and know where which endpoint to attack. We needed to handling the errors all the time. We needed to know the structure of your JSON to send to the API. And we needed to handle authentication errors, and so on. And obviously, if you don't use n8n or any familiar tool, scripts all over again. So every workflow required API knowledge, authentication handle, custom codes. So we decided to create a native Checkmk integration for n8n, so we could skip this everything that we needed to do this. So the official, I call it official, Checkmk node for n8n, it was missing a native way to interact with Checkmk in n8n. So we built it, and the goal was simple. If you can do it through the Checkmk API, you should do it and be able to do it inside an n8n workflow. So today the node contains more than 160 operations, and it's used actively within us, in Linksmine and our customers, real production environments. It's open source, like Martin said, so you are free, more than free, then to go to our repo and fork it, pull requests, all the drill. It's shipped also with the monitoring plugin, so in Exchange, there's already a plugin for monitoring your n8n workflows as well. So, yeah. With that, I will handle to Daniel for some demos and some use cases. He will be introducing that to you. So, Daniel.
Thank you so much, Ricardo. Thank you, guys. Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me. So, oh, there you go. Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about a real use case that we implemented in one of our customers. So it's an environment that pretty much all of you, or the majority of you, is familiar with. So a very common enterprise environment. So imagine that you have a CMDB, a Checkmk running, and an IPAM solution. So Checkmk, as we all know, knows what exists. It monitors the hosts, the networking, the API, the applications, etc. The CMDB tells you what should exist. And IPAM, well, the IPAM should know where those assets sit on the network. So individually, each system is really useful on its own. And the problem is when they drift apart. For example, many times this has happened before. There's a new server, we add it to Checkmk, and someone forgot to add this server to CMDB, for example. Or an IP and IPAM does not line up. So in time, each system starts telling a slightly different story, and the real challenge becomes keeping one operational truth. And that's exactly what this workflow is meant to solve. So how do we solve this? We already know that Checkmk provides the discovery and inventory data, while the CMDB and IPAM provide the asset and network context. Meanwhile, we have n8n in the back that acts as the orchestration layer, as Ricardo just explained, between these systems. The workflow simply collects the data. There we go. Gets the data from all these hosts, and then compares it, sees if there's any discrepancies. In the case of any gaps, it fixes them, reconciles all the systems. So, for example, in the previous example, if there's no host in the CMDB, but there is on Checkmk, it just adds it to the CMDB, piles up the information, sends it back to the systems, and the result is is a continuously and synchronized trust of operational data. So by the end of the day, we know that all the systems are synchronized together just by running one workflow. And because this is built in n8n, creating and maintaining workflows like this becomes really easy. So this is what it looks like in practice. So the workflow is built visually, and all Checkmk operations are available directly inside the n8n node. So back in the day, what used to require custom integrations and maintenance can now be assembled visually within minutes. We just drag boxes around, add a few configurations, and in a few minutes we have a workflow running. So we just saw this slide a few minutes ago. Ricardo showed you this, which highlighted some of the problems that we had before using the node. After using the node, we managed to achieve continuous alignment and trusted inventory across all systems. But the goal is not just automation for the sake of it. The goal, as I said before, is maintaining a single operational truth across all operational systems. And this will lead to less manual work, better data quality, and better operational decisions. So this was just a really simple use case, but really this is just scratching the surface. I mean, the options are limitless. As we speak, we are already exploring AI-assisted workflows that can suggest actions based on operational data. We are also looking at predictive remediation by using Checkmk trends to trigger actions before incidents occur, so we stay ahead of the curve. And also through Partners, which is our own root cause analysis platform that lives inside Checkmk, we are also working by automating RCAs by correlating Checkmk data with workflow history. Final but not least, I mean, we're committed to keep the development of the plugin going. So as Checkmk grows, the node will grow too. As we just saw in a few talks earlier, the API is going through some changes. We plan to also stay inside these changes and also upgrade the node as we go. And I mean, this is just one example. I mean, there are many more workflows that we can automate. We can automate host creation, host deletion for when the host gets decommissioned, for example. We can even automate ITSM lifecycle management. I mean, the options are limitless. And the goal is simple. We want to turn operational data into action. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Ricardo, for sharing your insights how to orchestrate workflows with n8n. Couple of questions. So, first one, can I trigger a downtime with this node?
Absolutely. So any action that's available in the API in Checkmk, you can do it through the node. So literally anything. So yes, you can trigger a downtime.
All right, next one. How high is the error rate with this type of AI workflows? Any experience with that?
Yes, we're still developing this. It's still in the demo part of the node, so it's not out yet. I mean, the hallucinations are still there. It's still a reality. We're still trying to tackle these with some guardrails. So at this time, there's some error rates. So we're trying to create as many guardrails as we can, so the AI actually gives us helpful information.
Thank you. So then, can this automation update any CMDB product, or it's an in-house database that serves as CMDB?
I mean, n8n works pretty much as, if there's an API, you can connect to it. So right. If your CMDB product has an API, we can connect to it. If it's an in-house database, we can also connect to it, SQL, POSQL, whatever you want. I mean, n8n has this big advantage of us being able to pretty much just connect anything. Before the node, we connected directly to Checkmk API, but again, that required us to repeat the code all the time, so that's why we created the node, as Ricardo said. But yes, of course, yes, we can.
And very interesting one. Can workflows be triggered based on events or only on a fixed schedule?
Whatever you want. You can run it once an hour, once a day, once a week. I mean, it's up to you guys. n8n has a native cron timer built in, so you can run the workflows as you want. n8n also has an API, so you can call this API and start the workflow. So I mean, it's up to you guys, really.
So let's go for one more. And that's the one from Eli. Does the node work with both on-prem and cloud Checkmk?
Yes, it should. So if it's on-prem, I mean, Checkmk has to talk with your n8n instance, of course. There needs to be connection, but if you can connect to it, then yes, you can go ahead and do it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys for having me.